Hello everyone and welcome back to AI on Crypto. I'm your host, the American Icarus. On this channel we talk about cryptocurrency prices and trends, altcoin gems, and all things cryptocurrency, doing what we can to fill your bags to the max while keeping you far, far away from Wreck City. On today's episode, we're going to do a project spotlight and take a look at the brand new project on the Polkadot network, POOLZ.Finance. Before we dive into the content though, I'd like to ask the first timers here to go ahead and hit subscribe. It would mean a lot as I'm really trying to build this community as the bull run progresses. Plus I don't want you to miss out on any videos, so make sure you don't miss one by tapping that bell. And at the end of it all, if you liked what you saw, hit that thumbs up so YouTube spreads it around. Alright, so let's take a look at POOLZ. Alright, taking a look at POOLZ right now on CoinGecko, you can see that today it is trading for $17.70 USD per coin. Alright guys, I mentioned I was fortunate enough to get it on the pre-sale. I got this thing listed at 85 cents on Uniswap. So you can look at just how tremendous this amazing coin has performed over the last month. Listing at 85 cents, now at a price of $17.70. And there's good reason for this because these guys are doing a lot of interesting things. I really look forward to getting into some of it with you. So let's take a look at this Medium article with POOLZ real fast. One of the reasons I wanted to do the project spotlight on POOLZ today is because they have their first IDO coming in early February, and I want you guys, the viewers of this channel, to know everything you need to know to take full advantage of that. In case you're wondering, an IDO stands for an initial DEX offering. It's the stock market equivalent of an IPO. Basically, it is the day that a cryptocurrency hits the decentralized exchange for the first time, typically on Uniswap. Basically, it's exactly what happened when I participated in the POOLZ pre-sale. I had bought in the tokens at a pre-sale price, just a hair under what it listed at. I did that about a week or so before the actual coin listed, and then on the listing day, the tokens I purchased were airdropped to my MetaMask wallet on the day of listing. So as a project incubator, POOLZ is going to be part of many of these IDOs. And this is where it gets interesting for the POOLZ token holders. So POOLZ token holders will have great opportunities to get in early during the project's lifestyle and actually participate in the pre-exchange listing sale just like I did for POOLZ. And the way that you get this opportunity is by holding the POOLZ token. It's part of the tokenomics, and it's going to be a big reason of why people start to accumulate and, more importantly, hold this great coin. So let's take a look at this Medium article because they're kind of discussing this first IDO and their tier structure. So the tier structure refers to how they decide who gets what kind of pre-sale access. So those with the fewest amount of pools that qualify will be in the lowest tier, and those with the highest amount of pools that qualify will be in the high tier. So let's take a look at what the article has to say. So at the time of this article, which was 4 days ago, the POOLZ team say over 220 projects have applied to launch on the POOLZ platform. So for the first IDO, they're going to have a very simplified tier structure, only 2 categories. In the future, they say there's more of a variety of tiers, but let's take a look. So let's take a look at what the team has to say real quick. From the very high quantity of applications received thus far, we have selected an extremely exciting project for our first IDO on the POOLZ Launchpad. We are working closely with the team and are aiming to have the IDO in the first week of February. Additional details of this project will be announced in the next couple of days. The one thing we'll share already now is that the token economics are incredibly attractive with an initial circulating supply of less than 250,000 USD. While more than 40% of that amount reflects Uniswap liquidity, which the project committed to lock for 1 year. Okay, so that's a nice little teaser. They've already selected an amazing project, according to them, out of 220 applications. And they're saying that part of the requirements of them putting their name behind this launch is that the builders of this token are going to have to lock up 40% of the liquidity in Uniswap. So we all know that with projects in cryptocurrency. If you get in early, it can be incredible. But it's very risky to go investing in coins that are brand new because of something called rug pulls, which is where the token creator creates his token, puts some liquidity on Uniswap, and as soon as it launches and people buy, he pulls out all the liquidity. It's called a rug pull. So it's great that POOLZ gives protection against that, as well as providing their expertise and putting their name behind a project that they believe is going to do well. And I think this first project, they're really going to put a lot into making sure this first one's a good one, because it's going to really affect the momentum this project is able to maintain. So let's take a look at the two tiers, the holding requirements. So the first tier is going to be people that hold 250 POOLZ tokens. All right? So to participate in the pre-sale of their first IDO, you can do so by owning 250 POOLZ. So people holding at least 250 POOLZ will be able to invest up to 0.25 ETH. This pool will contain 60% of the total allocation. So basically there's a limited amount of coins that is going to be available in this pre-sale. And 60% of that is going to be set aside for those who own 250 POOLZ. So at the time of this pre-sale, if you own 250 POOLZ tokens, they will allow you to contribute 0.25 of your Ethereum towards this pre-sale at a preset price. Okay? The second tier is 1,250 POOLZ. People holding at least 1,250 POOLZ will be able to invest up to 0.4 Ethereum. This pool will contain 40% of the total allocation. So, if you have 250 POOLZ, you're going to have an opportunity to put forward a quarter Ethereum. And if you have 1,250, you're going to have an opportunity to contribute 0.4 Ethereum towards the pre-sale. Now, they say in the future, there's going to be a whitelist process. For our first IDO, due to the project's very low initial market cap, we decided to go with relatively lower allocation thresholds to enable a decent amount of people the opportunity to invest. Given the project's fundamentals, amazing partnerships, and its jaw-dropping token economics, we believe this is a very attractive opportunity for investors. So guys, I'm getting excited just making this video. I can't wait to see what this first IDO is going to be. They should be announcing it soon, and if you want to get that insider information, you got to follow them on Telegram. So in the future, they are going to have more and more tiers so that there's an incentive to continue accumulating pools, because it is a pretty big gap from 250 to 1250. So they're going to make some tiers in between that are easier to get to, and people can have that in their sights and set a goal for themselves and then progress up the tiers of POOLZ ownerships. So real quick, the bottom of this article, I mentioned rug pulls. It's very, very important that if you're going to be investing in new projects that you are protected. And in the world of cryptocurrency, it can still kind of be like the Wild West, and unfortunately there's a lot of scammers out here. So read this here from POOLZ. At POOLZ, protecting our community is of the highest importance. Besides doing thorough due diligence on projects that launch on POOLZ, we have also designed the IDO process itself in a way that protects our community from potential scams. Projects that launch on POOLZ are required to first send their tokens to a POOLZ wallet beforehand. From there, the swap with the funds from pool participants will occur. This means that the funds you send will initially be held by POOLZ. We will hold those tokens until trading has successfully started. In the very unlikely event that there should be a rug pull, instead of sending the funds to the project, we would refund the investors. Okay? So it's awesome having that kind of protection. So as cool as project incubation is, guys, there's other projects doing that. In fact, I got into POOLZ through a project called DuckDAO token DDIM, and they have a similar model. Through owning that token, you're able to participate various levels in pre-sales. So what is POOLZ going to do to differentiate themselves? Well, let's take a quick look at some of the stuff they have on their very own website. So right at the top, you see cross-chain token pools and auctions. So many of the incubators right now have been relegated to whatever chain that particular project has been built on. So POOLZ is going to have some synthetic token technology. They're a Polkadot project, which means they're going to have parachains. Parachains is a term that refers to parallel blockchains. So basically they build these parallel blockchains that can run in tandem with existing ones. That's a deep dive meant for another video. To make a long story short, they're going to have cross-chain technology and they will be able to incubate coins on a number of different blockchains. To start out, they're already integrated with Ethereum, Moonbeam, and Tomochain. And of course, the Polkadot integration will be completed in Q1 of 2021. So here's some of the cool stuff. You can create a pool for your token where investors get immediate access to your tokens. So what that means, guys, is you can come to this website, submit an application, and create your own pool. Investors are going to have the ability to look at this pool, and it's going to be great exposure for your project. So from that standpoint, I think it will be a very attractive for token developers to come and launch and put a pool down on the POOLZ network. You can specify lock-in periods as well. So what that means is, let's say there's an early investor and he does an allocation towards your project. Well, you can actually, as the owner of the project, specify custom lock-in periods after which investors receive the tokens. What that means is this. So let's say you have an investor who participates in your pre-sale. You can set it up so that on the day of the IDO, when the listing happens, they get 25% of all the tokens that they bought. And then you could release another 25% each month for the next 3 months until they have all their tokens. That's just a small example of what it means to have a token lockup period. Basically, it prevents the pre-investors from dumping all over the market right on the day of the IDO. So scroll down, you can see that POOLZ aims to be a one-stop liquidity manager. They aim to have a competitive swap environment to unlock the potential of decentralized finance and make blockchains interoperable. Okay, so now we're starting to see the true ambitions of this project, guys. It's more than just a token incubator. They have some very cool technology. They're also going to be participants in decentralized finance, DeFi, interoperability. They're going to be doing stuff with NFTs as well. Let's just take a look real quick at the roadmap. Kickstarting POOLZ, Q3 2020, so that's already happened. Q4 2020, launching the MVP. The platform is live, fixed token swaps, Tomochain testnet launch, and exchange listing. So that occurred. Now we're in Q1 of 2021, that's right here, accelerating POOLZ. In this quarter, they intend to have full migration to the Polkadot network, NFT support, governance and pool staking, stablecoin swap integration. And then Q2, skyrocketing POOLZ. I guess this is when they think things are really going to get fun. They're going to have the mobile version for the phone, multi-wallet integration, the synthetic token features, which I was telling you about, that allows them to launch coins from any number of blockchains, and the cross-chain swap integration. So imagine Uniswap, where you could potentially swap Ethereum for XRP or Ethereum for Cardano, which you currently can't do because Cardano and XRP are not ERC20 tokens built on the Ethereum network. So that's very, very cool as well, guys. All right, so how exciting is this? I'm getting very, very pumped up making this video. I am so happy that you guys made it here, because if you made it here, this means you can participate in this first POOLZ pre-sale. But you're going to need 250 pools to do so. Right now it's $17 a coin, so that's not exactly easy, but you guys can do it. And for those that can, think about it. If you want to participate in this IDO, you have an opportunity, but they will be launching it soon. Okay, guys, thank you very much for sticking around to the end. If you made it this far, I'm going to assume you like the content. All right, guys, I am going to personally be participating in this very first IDO on the POOLZ network, and I really hope you guys do as well. Of course, not everyone can. I'm not telling you to abandon projects you're invested in and FOMO into POOLZ, but if you're looking for an interesting project to invest in, what a great time, because right now you can do so and also take advantage of a pre-sale. And if you're not familiar with pre-sales, look it up, because it's kind of the rave, it's kind of the big thing right now, and it truly is an incredible opportunity. Okay, so if you didn't do so in the beginning, please hit subscribe. I'd like to see you in this community. Tap that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.